Well, one, I've known Jerry, for a long time. GMAC had his guys way more ready to play than I did. He outcoached me. He outcoached us. And that's one of the hardest moments for me in sport, period. To not have your best stuff. They played at such a high level. You're down double digits in the second half, and the toughness that these guys showed. Caden throughout the whole game, what he did. 19-5 and 0 turnovers. Isaiah has a double-double. Cam has a double-double. I just think these guys over and over again have shown what they're about. Today was no exception. It doesn't matter how much you win by or how pretty or any of that stuff. It's about getting it done, finding a way, and then learning and growing from it. So I'm really proud. Credit to Sienna just for their readiness and the way that those guys played. They did a great job.
Questions for student athletes only. Questions? Right here in the middle.
Hi, I'm Lucy Glenn with the Duke Chronicle. Hi, I'm Lucy Glenn with the Duke Chronicle. Caden, I'd love to just hear about what it's been like to step into this role as the leading point guard on the team. Obviously, going from ACC tournament play, but how is that different coming into the March Madness tournament?
I feel like it's not that different than the rest of the season. I feel like my role is pretty similar. Obviously, we got 2 people down right now, and everyone's got to step up and play better in their role. And that's just all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help the team win. I feel like I could have done a better job of that today in that first half, helping us lead. But I think just all of us should just understand that we have to have each other's backs, and I think that's just the main goal for us to play as a team, play as a unit, and just play Duke basketball.
Right here up front.
Hi, Donna DeToto from the Post-Standard in Syracuse. Kim, I was wondering, Sienna's been a very good defensive team this year. What did they do in the first half that really kind of stymied you guys and made you, you took a ton of threes in that half?
Yeah, all year they did a great job protecting the paint. They are really soft on the ball. They sell to the paint. They make you settle for threes. And we took the bait on that. I think we really didn't come out ready to play today, and we got to be a lot better moving forward. But Coach says all the time, whether we win by 1 or 25, it doesn't matter. So just on to the next.
Brett?
Brett Friedlander, Hoops HQ and Straight Up Sports. Isaiah, also Cam, you can comment on this as well, because you had the block. With about 17 minutes to go, they're up 13. They missed a couple of dunks at the rim that could have put them up by 15. And then Isaiah, you got a run-out dunk. How big was that? Because you guys ended up going, I think, on an 11-0 run after that.
I think we just had we had to lock in on rebounding, and then we knew that once we get stops we can run. So I feel like once we see it, instead of just saying it, we just fall in the line with everything we're trying to do.
Yeah, we just had to do anything to get some energy going. The first half came out flat. Not much energy, not much defensive presence. Whether we're missing dunks or we're blocking shots, whatever it is. We just had to get something to get the energy going. I think Slim's 2 dunks back-to-back really helped us get that going for sure.
Final 2 questions for student athletes, starting up front.
Mark Singulace from the Albany Times-Union. For any of the 3 players, how concerned were you when you were down 13 in the second half to that team? Was it always like, we got this, or did any panic set in at any point?
That game was ours to take. The first half we put ourselves in that position. We knew we were going to be able to come out of it. We just had to come together, do what we do. We ended up figuring it out and came out with the win.
Final question for student athlete in the back.
Marvin Parker, WLOS Asheville for Caden. I'm kind of piggybacking off of that, but for me watching, it was your second floater, but was there a spot in the game where I know you guys never felt out of it, but you were like, okay, this is now manageable now?
I think just the second half. I felt like that whole second half, we just had the right mindset. We had the right energy that second half. And it put us in a position to win this game. Obviously, you got to give Sienna a lot of credit. They played way harder than us in the first half. And we had to just regroup, understand that we only have 20 minutes guaranteed. So we all had the understanding, and we made sure that we all had the right energy in the second half.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Now open it up for questions. Saw Brett first, right here in the up front.
John, Cam said that you guys weren't ready to play. Why do you think that is, and how concerning is that to you moving forward that it happens again?
it's not concerning from the standpoint that, unfortunately, this is the nature of the tournament. It's the nature of the tournament, and look, I wish it could just be smooth sailing, and these guys, even though we have returners from last year's team, we're all in different spots. You can face a team like Sienna. They're incredibly ready to play. We made some mistakes early that they made us pay for it. And all of a sudden, you want to win very badly. And so you can start making plays to try to get back in the game that are probably uncharacteristic of who we've been. And these guys, the character they showed, and I know, look, we just dealt with a very similar thing. Two different teams, different situations. Florida State really is very similar in terms of we couldn't get stops in the first half. That game, we couldn't get stops in the second half either. But the toughness down the stretch, I just think that's what this tournament's all about.
Right here in the middle.
Lucy Glenn, Duke Chronicle. Coach, can you talk about the impact of switching to a zone defense and what that had on the game?
Well, just trying to look, even when we came on the start of the second half, our defense was not there. And I've been in that position before where you do have to make adjustments. You have to throw different pitches. And for us, we were just trying to stand them up a little bit, try to get us more aggressive. We did something we haven't done in a long time, three-quarter court. We've had that defense in our back pocket, for different moments. And, preparing for the tournament, we said, this can win us a game. And I think it just got us back in the game. And then we went back to what our bread and butter has been. And that's been our man defense. And our guys really found it down the stretch. And that was the difference.
Down here on the far right.
Jacob Conley, Daily Does the Hoops. Coach, you've been a part of a lot of these 16-1 matchups as a player, assistant, now a head coach. I know every game's different, but how would you rank this one as far as toughness and difficulty?
Toughest one. Not close. Toughest moment, toughest game, toughest position I've ever been in the tournament. No question about it. And you have to credit Sienna for that. And look, I remember a lot of our teams, we've had some games like this. 2018-19, North Dakota State, where it's a one-possession game there, and, these games are fragile. Unfortunately, you have to lose some, where I've been on the other end of some of these in the past where you have great appreciation for it, but doesn't mean you can avoid it. It doesn't mean you can avoid it, and you have to credit Sienna. But again, what was it? Down 13 right away, they scored. Started the second half. Like, all right, you got to show what you're made of, and these guys really did that.
Final two questions, starting down here up front.
Yeah, John. Often it's said that teams sort of resemble the personalities of their coaches. And how would you draw a parallel between Jerry, the personality, and the Sienna Saints, the team?
Well, Jerry's a tough, he's a tough competitor who's won at the highest level. And I think the thing that you can say about his guys today, they weren't afraid at all. And we knew that going in. There was a reputation in the league. They were the aggressors. And that's a reflection on him and their coaching staff. And that's who he's been his entire life that I've known him as a competitor.
Final question on Zoom. Go ahead, Dan.
Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DT.com. Coach, you said a couple times that Jerry McNamara outcoached you today. What is it about what he does as a coach and how he adjusts to different things that you really just reflect on as positives in what he does coaching?
Well, I just think the tournament's all about your competitive readiness, right? And Sienna had that as well as any team, we've gone against. We anticipated them, trying to really do things to keep us out of the paint, and they executed it great, and the moments we made runs, they didn't flinch. And I think that's a reflection on him, and that's a reflection on his players. They were big time today, and it took us everything that we had to win it. And this is, look, the beauty of the tournament when you get to advance is the most amazing thing. You also put yourself in a position where this can happen to you. And I'm just really proud of our guys to be able to persevere and find a way against a team that was incredibly ready to play today.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.